5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remain.
The only person they kept on easily, I think the best player to be keeping on. The only other one would be Makoto. And Talon right now, you were saying he's looking a little shaky, so they definitely made the right decision.
Dire
who they
team
picked
ban.
up and also who they kept.
I just want to point out for the viewers, we did not do this. He set this up himself.
He is so pleased with it. He was laughing for a solid 30 seconds.
He is really happy. Yeah. So that's all him. We have nothing to do with this. So enjoy the memes. I'm glad that they're taking time out of their scrim time to set up a green screen for this meme.
Alright, so first bans are out. Wraith King taken out by Boom. They've been looking at game history. They're comfortable and happy on the strat, so gone. And Clockwork, I think, is the most
10
interesting
seconds
ban of all.
remain. Dire team's turn
I
to
think
pick.
Fnatic's are pretty standard. Everyone's been playing Bane and Weaver first pick. Mars, whatever, normal hero.
Who would have guessed, huh? Wow.
Who could have seen this coming? I know Mars is just Boomer team that
10 seconds
likes it, whatever
remaining.
they want with it. Probably likely not. I think Yopaj
5 seconds
slightly
remaining.
flashes things. It would be really cool if they could pick up fire here with
Dire
Mars
team's turn to pick.
and put it on Yopaj.
But it's gonna get block picked up. I mean, it just fits any strat.
It would be a bit weird if Fnatic let it through, unless they had an idea against it. But see, maybe I think they could pair an offlaner with the snap
10
fire right now if
seconds
they wanted,
remaining.
or they could just pick. I mean, they kind of have like the whole thing open. Maybe they have other carries they've prepared.
5
that they want
seconds
first phase,
remaining.
or maybe they want to take. Or they could just double support if they think there's something they really
Radiant
want with
team's
it.
turn to pick.
Monkey King.
So it could be double supports, a bit of a flex here as well.
Yeah, that's really weird. Like, just because that lane matchup is not super
10
one-sided.
seconds remaining.
And then obviously the game matchup does not feel good for Monkey either.
Very true.
Every
5
spear
seconds
lands
remaining.
if you're on top of the tree.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Arena breaks a huge area of trees. It's very easy to catch that hero. So if it's carry, I'm not in love with it at all. And meanwhile, Boom, Dark Willow pickup with the Mars against the Monkey. Happy. I really hope Fnatic are running this
10 seconds remaining.
4 Monkey King or even 3 Monkey King.
5
seen that around.
seconds
I'm not sure if
remaining.
I've seen that in official yet, but I've seen.
Sort of one.
Yeah, we did. I don't think Jabs plays that though. I think Fnatic have in general been saving their last pick for Jabs as often.
Dire team's turn to
Usually
ban.
they first phase Raven's hero just because he's a solid carry player that it doesn't matter that they early pick because he's
I wonder if they think that the Snapfire laning with the Monkey King wings that much more heavily to their favor. Yeah,
10
well, you have
seconds
Cookie, but
remaining.
you also have the minus armor, right? Monkey King just kind of wants to. What
5
happens
seconds
between Monkey
remaining.
and Mars is they'll trade hits quite a bit. Mars will sometimes early level bulwark. You'll bash the Monkey, and or really pressure him. But Monkey King can win that trade off really easily if you any strong support in lane.
Radiant team
Snapfire,
ban.
all of a sudden, every Mars does a lot, and then if you get stacks up, you hit about strike, then that's. If this is carry, I'm expecting Snap. But I don't love it.
Slight concern on that is the fact that
10 seconds remaining.
fear him, all of a sudden you're gone and something.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for sure. The upside of Cookie against Mars is the fact that you can get them unpinned from the wall.
Yes.
As in, like, they're still stunned, but they're not taking the
Dire team ban.
damage that the soldiers. That's the noise of the soldier.
It was really good. I thought they were here in the room with us.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, yeah.
Professional voice actor Capcast. You can
Yeah.
check it out on his Twitter. He has a professional portfolio.
So for Fnatic, I'd like to see something kind of protects against.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think if there's any fight start on Boom where they get an arena with people inside of it,
5 seconds
Willow combo
remaining.
is gonna like. And Fnatic don't really have anything to. That if these are their two supports, they don't really have that
Radiant
much
team's
save.
turn to ban.
We've seen a resurgence of OD in the meta right now. That could potentially be an answer. The ability to astral your teammates, protect them, maybe. But then OD is kind of sad as well into Mars, I'd say, because he has the ability to like stop his meteor hammer. It's kind of an awkward match.
10 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
It goes both ways.
No, you know, in I think it was EU.
5 seconds
They run in
remaining.
the Mars. Oh, it was PugChamp. They run the Mars
Dire
as a
team
card
ban.
Bane as well for some more reasons because Spear is such an easy way to cancel the. I like that you make that point because likes that.
Boom, take out Kunkka. I was thinking that Kunkka would have been nice to see, either as a carry for Fnatic because it's just like a strong carry laner.
10
right?
seconds remaining.
It. I also thought it would have been
5
kinda nice for
seconds
Dwell, to be
remaining.
honest.
Yeah, I think the really scary thing about Kunkka with Monkey, we're able to keep people in an area, right? And that's always really high value out of.
Yeah, some more control on Fnatic to if this is a Raven. People in the command, they're kind of if like Snapfire, we talked about how it could be really nice as a 5 with Monkey King, but we've also seen it so strong with offlaners. Like if this is Raven's Monkey King, maybe they could have some Slaughter in the offlane fire. The amp on the Monkey King's physical damage would be like effective. I think Slaughter Snapfire has seen like a lot of success against heroes that don't really get
Dire
pressured
team's
that
turn to
often in
pick.
lane. Like I've seen it dumps through a Medusa, which is like
Radiant
pretty
team's turn to
good. You
pick.
feel really good about it. There's the save against Mars, pretty nice. Great against Willow. Low cooldown purge of their spells. My only problem with it is it's very it's not exactly non-active because it helps you roach with the passive, right?
Yeah,
10 seconds
it's-
remaining.
Not gonna make any plays for you.
yeah. It's very
5
annoying to play
seconds
Dark Willow
remaining.
against a bad like that because everything is dispellable from you. And then also another thing is Dark Willow is one of the best support hunters in the game, right? You 100-0 any top of a bad Navi. Slightly worried about their laning phase because looking at this, it might be that they're doing the 4-position Snapfire in the safe lane. So if that is the case, then I'm expecting some offlaner, both Venom Viper takes advantage of a bad sitting forward for them. But if it's a bad Monkey King, slightly concerned about how that
Also takes away the potential port, right? Which Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, he could still be mid, but this is a pretty defined draft. But
I was gonna say the nice thing about seeing an Abaddon on the end team is that you know getting a free. So if they wanted to move Mars mid, they could pick whole heap of Doom. You could get a free
Radiant
Doom
team's
game.
turn to pick. Dire team.
Probably
Enchantress.
minus whatever you want to do. I mean, yeah, they just have like the drop.
Imba Spirit.
they were like, oh, what about a second free?
I'm surprised they took Ench, considering they were planning on taking, because I know they like to run so much stronger on hero.
10 seconds remaining.
But
I do.
yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
she's like really good at dump because they've shown 2 supports on Fnatic, so you
Radiant team ban.
which means Ench.
Okay. There's the
Okay.
flex of the Monkey King to mid, I presume.
I think it's offlane actually. I think it's Snapfire Monkey, then Abaddon Deuce, and then that's. Oh, never mind. It's Ember
Ember,
Spirit. You're
yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. I wasn't thinking about
10
what the
seconds
mid-
remaining.
Yeah, that's probably true.
5 seconds remaining.
Don't you think that Ench is scary for a mid monkey because she can just go and rotate on him, and Ember Spirit has so much kill potential. 6.
Yep. I think it's also. Just don't see a point for the Monkey King in general. He's been.
I guess my only. Actually, I guess the way I see that playing out is kind of rough though, because if you're ganking with Enchantress, she's not exactly like a burst support. She's kind of like run you down under your tower and kill you with a creep. But that gives Abaddon like plenty of time to. I feel like he doesn't.
Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team's turn to ban.
Well, apparently they're at least open to the idea. I was going to say, I think TB is a must ban for Fnatic. Is this an...
Or AM.
It's actually a good AM.
We should so Talon play it.
Yeah.
You have
10
enough
seconds
space
remaining.
creation to enable.
Dire team ban.
Honestly.
So Fnatic, or at least
Radiant team's
Boom,
turn
are
to
open
pick.
to the idea that it's a mid spot is open. Invoker ban, the OD, either mid or... I feel like it's lending itself more towards mid, though there's...
I would like to see the debate the Monkey.
10 seconds
I honestly
remaining.
don't- I have so much for
5 seconds remaining.
Fnatic could easily take anti-mage here, then I feel Laudar, and then you just like getting
That's a good
absolutely
one.
ruined in lane.
Yep, that's true.
Dire team's
Beauty of
turn to
lost
pick.
pick for Fnatic. And they really just like giving Jabs the best game. I feel like Monkey's
Well, they got Morphling Dark Willow. That's actually a really sick combo against Yusa specific.
All right.
You're able to like just lay a huge
10
amount of damage
seconds
into it. She
remaining.
doesn't have any mobility to get away from it, and you outrange her.
5 seconds
It's
remaining.
like so many advantages to Morphling Willow. Morphling just by itself, I was a little bit like, but now that I see that combo,
Yeah, but Snap plus strong offlaner can absolutely.
Yep.
It's like a really good lane. I've seen it multiple times. Snap fire plus run under multiple times. It's kind of just a question of like how much can mitigate that. Usually she's really strong, but like if you're a pro team, you should be blocking the hard camp, stopping her from getting a creep, and then she's not really as strong. If anything, you can actually just kill her because without a creep, she's really. Yeah, I think Fnatic. I think we're gonna see an offlane. So.
they would like more catch, right? They don't have like anything that actually works to enable Mortimer now. Really some place. I'd be okay with any fight starter.
Legion Commander.
Choose your hero.
That hero.
Yeah, I
Can
didn't
teams
mind
stop
it.
picking Legion Commander? I swear to God.
Oh, it's Support Legion Commander.
No, that's Jabs.
Oh, sorry. I saw J and I thought it was J. Okay. Legion Commander Medusa is one of the
Great, they're
duos that
back.
I find more acceptable than most because Duel and Stone Gaze work so well together, as does being able to...
Right, but you already have Abaddon, and that is like a really hard like his one purpose is he doesn't really do anything else other than that support and Roshan. So why do you need Legion Commander when you already have that?
I'm also not sold. I was thinking
Yeah.
something along the lines of Centaur, to be honest,
Same.
more than the Legion. Particularly because also what physical damage against them. Like you don't have the burst magical you kind of need sometimes. I also don't think that Legion can do well against any mana burn.
I mean, she also just like purges her attack.
It's true. Yeah, there's a lot
Honestly,
of
what a horrible pick.
all right. No, we heard it. She what's the final statement, Gav? Your final statement.
I definitely like Boom a little bit more. I believe in Morphling Willow to win this.
All right, Morphling Willow supporter, Legion hater. We'll see what the casters have to say. So we've sent it over to Gods and Lizard.
Thank you, Avo. I'm excited for this one. We have got an absolute fantastic series to kick off Division 1 DPC SEA here. I'm God's name is Lizard. How are you doing? Excited for this one?
Yeah, very excited. Looking forward to yet another 2-0, I suppose. Not sure in which direction, but so far every single game that I've watched in SEA has been a 2-0 series. So.
Prepare for
Yeah,
battle.
week one. It was a lot of week 1 2-0s, but we're finally starting to get some 2-1s. It feels like this was, maybe we're in for it here. Coming in, I think a lot of people maybe expect Boom to be slightly favored over Fnatic based on just their recent performances. What do you think when you see these two drops, though?
When I see these two drafts, I actually have to really agree with what Shripo was saying. This Legion Commander last pick with an Abaddon already in the team. You don't really have too much damage, it feels like, as well, coming into the duel. It's a little bit worrisome for me. I feel like the Monkey King and Legion aren't truly your perfect playmakers for a Medusa hard carry. That's how I see it. I might be wrong here. I might be reading it differently. Maybe this Armlet Legion Commander plus Monkey King with some active item build can make it work. But I feel it's on Boom to play make, and I feel like they have a free mid game to do that.
You mentioned the Armel Monkey King mid. I feel like we've mostly been seeing Monkey played in either the carry role or like a 3 or 4. What do you think the Monkey mid is weak, or is obviously it's got a good matchup? But how do you see this Monkey King performing as a mid laner?
That's the thing, right? It's a decent matchup. It's not amazing. It's decent. He should do fine. And then it all comes down to the item build that he does and the amount of rotations that he can make. He needs to be extremely active in the mid game. That's how I see it. Because in a game such as this one, if you just remain passive on the Monkey King, there's absolutely no one to do stuff on the map.
Okay, well, we'll see how active Armel can be. And similar story, I imagine, for Yopaj. 2 amazing SCA mid laners. So many great storylines here. You've got Yopaj versus Armel mid. You've got Armel versus Tims, his former teammate in TNC. And these are 2 potential SCA powerhouses coming into the new SCA DPC League. Basically, the new Dota 2 season here.
For sure, Yopaj is an idol in the SCA scene. He's had some extremely good performances in that last season, if you remember, even his Wind Ranger and whatnot. It was really good, and I feel like the work is cut out for him. I think it's much easier to be an Ember in a game, a mid-Ember than a mid-Monkey King. That's how I feel, at least. Might be wrong. We'll see in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. He can, especially if he can get out of this lane without having too rough of a time, and so far he's getting at least some decent CS to start off this lane in the mid. And looking at some of our other lanes up in top, we've got the Mars against Medusa. You mentioned SCA, Medusa. It's the go-to carry. It seems like every SCA team plays Medusa.
Exactly. Last season actually started, the last year season, that is, first season, started the same way like this one, all 2-0s, and usually if a team 2-0s, it's because they get 2 Medusas, right? Like, you just get this hero twice, the team thinks that they can counter it or something, they can't, they lose, and then afterwards, when everyone started banning it, the season became a little bit more interesting. We'll see, though. I have to reiterate, I think FBZ and Tims on top lane should do just fine. Yeah, Abaddon is great versus Dark Willow. He's decent versus Mars as well. The goal comes down to who's going to create space for Raven.
So far, lane looks fine for him. And then on the other side, you've got the Morphling Harry, Morphling Willow combo, I was going to say. Is this, is this that kind of answer to a late game Medusa? Do you think they can beat a late game Medusa with these heroes?
Late game Medusa for me is the ultimate core. But when you combo the Morphling, like you said, with the Dark Willow, I think there's something there. There's definitely potential, and you can win the ultimate late game with that Dark Realm, Shadow Realm, sorry, later on. Very later on. So there's definitely potential. They do have some catch in the form of Legion Commander, which is really nice. How later on in the game you can catch Morphling, duel him, perhaps kill him off early on in the fight.
Alright, the huge courier snipe mid. Armel finds his courier, which had pingers on it. Yopaj, he's forced to cut some waves here and just avoid the Monkey King. This mid lane is going to be really rough for him without a courier.
It's one of those things when you have when you have a rough matchup or the matchup starts badly for you, you do everything that you can. You do these shenanigans, but look at Armel.
He's coming for him.
Yep.
He's trying to make the creep waves meet. He's like, you take the creep wave away. These creep waves belong together, they're like long-lost lovers.
Yeah, there was some love story there that Armel tried to make with the trees, but sadly it didn't work out for him. Yopaj is happy though.
God, yeah, he's got to wait, but he's also going to probably lose a full wave that Armel gets to deny here, but Yopaj pulling it underneath his tower. He needs to wait for that crew to come back, get his all out. It's a tough mid matchup. There's no, there's nothing much more to it. It's just Monkey King mid against the melee hero.
He's at least getting some experience, right? Like he brought this lane just close enough to get experience from the other wave that was dying. And when you think about it, for Ember here, you need level 6 and you need a bottle. After that, you start rotating. That's it. However,
First blood.
Diving in, it's actually gonna be a first blood down bottom, but in mid lane, Armel looking for the solo kill. Can he get Yopaj? He jukes him in the trees. Yopaj stays alive. Armel not going to take too many tower hits. Does have the salve. He's looking for him. He's hunting. He jukes it. Yopaj gets back to the tower, jukes the Primal Spring. Nicely played by the Ember Spirit.
it's this story that we had before, what we talked about before the game started, about all the boomers and all the new kids on the block just outplaying the old school players. Yopaj did that extremely well, considering in what situation he was in.
And you mentioned, Yopaj, he's the idol of so many people in SEA. For Armel, he was like the original dominant mid laner when he was playing on TNC, in the old days where he would go up against no one mid. They rotate mid, they want Yopaj in the snapper, he'll get the kill. So I think Armel, he's got a bone to pick with Yopaj when, everyone's talking about Yopaj as the new big mid laner in SEA. Armel wants to remind people like, wait a second, I'm still here.
I'm still around. I'm still here, yeah. And he might have needed a little bit of help from DJ, from the Snapfire there, but it was just enough to get that kill on the Ember Spirit. And Yopaj is only level 4. He's not even 5. He's not feeling that great on the mid lane.
Yeah, but I like what we see Enchantress doing, coming in, invading this enemy triangle. First, taking some of these creeps, also blocking the Ancient so that they can't be stacked. They're playing against Medusa. Runs out of farm, but top lane, speaking of Medusa, Raven gets dove by FBZ. This is a straight up solo kill. He had no help whatsoever, just getting the mana from the Soul Ring and dives Medusa.
Jadwal was not really close enough. He wasn't even hitting the Mars, and Mars literally just ran him down. And for some reason, Medusa was trying to mad fight for a couple of seconds, and then decided, okay, I can't fight this. I need to run, but it was too late.
Couple kills going Boom's way, with Skem also finding the Snapfire in that jungle, so nicely done as DJ will TP on down bottom. Looks like they want to try and make a play onto Tino here. No level 6 duel just yet on Legion Commander, so not sure they're going to have the damage for this one. They do go with the cookie, but he gets off the strength morph, so just some harass.
Double damage. And there's no way that you kill without 6, right? But they are getting the armlet now on the Legion. It's a pretty early one. This is something standard that we see from all Legion commanders at the moment.
Who could turn away
Just
from
rushing
this
the armlet and taking down the tower with it.
It feels like to me that this Legion can't just, be this like defensive Axe Shard buff of Medusa. You've got Abaddon, and they're going to go for a dual kill down bottom, looking for that first damage. But
that's what's happening.
Citrus, yeah. With the Nature's Attendants and a Medallion, there's just too much armor. And now Jabs could be in some trouble here. He's trying to lifesteal back up an armlet toggle. He's doing a good job keeping himself alive, but now he may need another toggle. He gets it in between auto attacks.
Okay, whatever.
Nicely played by Jabs to stay alive, but no chance to get that duel.
Yeah, I was waiting for that Satire Hadouken to connect on Legion Commander as she toggles. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
And also, if you think about it, if Jabs waited for the armlet, I think they would have enough damage for the Enchantress. Mid lane pins should be fine, I guess.
Run in. Gets off the Shadow Realm. Armel holding the Boundless Strike for now. Bramble onto the tower here. Does Armel chase this when he thinks about it, but quickly realizes
Yopaj?
probably shouldn't. Yopaj has found a target himself with the level 3 Abaddon. He thinks he's got this kill, but Armel shows up with the Fire Remnant in and out. Yopaj gets the kill and gets back to mid. Smooth moves.
Yeah, very nicely played by them. They punish this over-aggression from Fnatic. I feel like when you're dominating a lane as hard as Armel is, I feel that 90% of the time it's a mistake to do the thing that they did. Especially when you consider that they're trying to kill a Dark Willow. And there's an Ember as well. These heroes, once they hit their levels, they're extremely elusive, difficult to take down. And more likely than not, you'll find yourself just way too deep.
It's a jungle invasion here. Tim's in some trouble. Boundless Strike is there, and he's not even going to go for the TP, so he'll hold the Boundless Strike for now. Tim tries to deny himself, but Raven gets the kill, so going to the Fnatic carry.
Yeah, he tried to go for that Wildkin, but there was no chance. Bottom lane, maybe?
And does he want to go for it? He does. Will he get his first damage? You betcha. Japs gets the kill, but Yopaj has shown up with an Arcane Rune. sure he isn't at any point considering chain, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get any kills down here.
Bottom tower.
Just going to the enemy triangle, probably to steal a bounty rune.
Yeah, I don't think Scam expected to. Well, he probably did, but he was out of position a little bit for that overwhelming odds. He took way too much damage. If he doesn't take that amount of damage, you literally cut him in half. He probably doesn't die to duel afterwards, but.
The collapse around this upriver. Januel went in, stole a bounty rune himself, but he doesn't have the same capabilities of an Ember Spirit to get out. So easy kill, but not the most important kill.
It feels like the supports are playing the sacrificial game this time around.
Yeah.
They're doing... you can see Tim's again. He's invading the enemy jungle together with Scam this time around, but they can't truly pressure the Medusa, not before level 6 Dark Willow. Maybe lead some experience, but that's about it.
In Dire's top tower?
These wards down, they still have the Ancients blocked, and I could not
Radiant's
be
bottom
warded it
tower is
or
under
being able to
attack.
stack their Ancients. So
Radiant structures
it's surprising
have
that
been
they're just not able to
snow
play that farming
beating on
efficiency game
Dire's top
because of
tower.
how, like you say, sacrificial these
Radiant's bottom
supports have
tower's
been.
got problems.
And I also
Dire's
guess
top tower
when
is
you-
under attack. Dire's
Raven,
top
he
tower
wouldn't
has
be
fallen.
in the triangle right now because it's a little bit too early, but he would like definitely to have some stacks there, right? Yeah. And I can agree with that. Abaddon should be around, perhaps. He has a sentry, probably should go there, deward it, and make a couple of stacks.
Well, there's a boundless strike on Tim's. The cookie follow-up is going to be a little bit off to hit the stun. It's with the slow here. The Bramble not going to connect on Armel. He's nicely avoiding it. They'll get the jewel kill once again. Jabs find himself some free bonus damage.
Yeah, because of the duel, it's definitely worth it. They are delaying the push on the bottom lane. Yopaj actually killed that catapult.
Dire's
It's a
middle
10-minute
tower is
catapult,
under
right? You usually want to use it and utilize it to take down the tier 1, which is something that Boom has done on the top lane, right? FBZ has taken the tier 1, is invading the enemy jungle. Meanwhile, you have been chasing Dark Willow around her fairy forest, so... no, not sure... Yeah, I can agree. I guess it's worth it just because of the dual damage, if nothing else.
Yeah, and I guess not wanting to get caught underneath that tower with the TP in from the Ember. If someone like Mars shows up with an arena, suddenly you could be feeding kills. So it does seem like Fnatic are happy to play the slower game and
Mid lane?
sit back and turtle it up a bit. Raven, it's his job now to try and defend some of these towers. He comes in mid to defend the tier 1. Januel there has hit level 6 in the Batten, so he's got the borrowed time if he needs it. Yopaj just going to try poke and prod and then jump his way out of there as they did force the borrowed time.
Yeah, the borrowed time has been forced. They defend the tier 1. I actually thought this is going to be a disaster for Fnatic because Boom is just moving much better on the map. All down to just being objective focused instead of kill focused. Because of that, they take the tier 1 top. They're already pressuring mid, but it's so hard to pressure versus Raven lane. He stands up front. There's an Abaddon. There's a Legion that can get him out of problems, right? So.
Oh man, he's going for this kill. Oh, not enough damage.
I guess he didn't account for the sticks this time around.
Yeah.
He did get Abaddon before, but this time around... Oh, haste? Never mind.
Dire's middle
One more
tower
side effect,
isn't going to
perhaps. He's
last
going to go
long.
into this enemy Ancients area, though. Force Raven away from them. I think he's got the damage for a kill here, but we'll see. He's still chasing, looking for more. Just spamming that side of fist. Finds a
Something
Korean,
better
needs to
help
juke it
Dire's
over the
middle
trees.
tower.
Does a good job microing it. Yopaj being a little bit faded there. Here, he's trying to set with a boundless strike. Is there a follow-up? Is there a duel or anything? They're going to have not enough lockdown. They needed the Legion commander there, but Legion... Oh, yeah, bottom lane getting picked off. No blink dagger yet on Jab. He's trying to farm it up and he gets caught alone. Getting a bit too greedy down there.
Yeah, there's still... these moves from Boom, they might look a little bit crazy, like what Ember Spirit is doing, Yopaj. But when you think about it, they're still keeping all their tier 1s up. They're picking off the Legion commander because everyone rotated to try and kill an Ember. And when you really think about it, there's no way to kill the Ember without the Legion, right? It's very unlikely that you will kill him with a cookie and a boundless strike. That's just not enough control. I really like what Boom is doing so far.
I'd love to take this tier 1 mid tower, but that's a much tougher ask, and one of the things, Medusa, while a greedy farming hero, Medusa is pretty good at defending these towers. You kind of just flop her there with the Mystic Snake, and you can't really dive her when she has Stone Gaze up.
Deserves just as much help as
And
bottom.
so far they have defended the tier 1, and it's a huge tower that they have to continue defending. I feel like it's really important for Fnatic, because if they lose it, the triangle just becomes so accessible for Boom. That's something that Fnatic has done really well so far.
Once again, Ancient's being blocked by the Radiant. There's another... I don't know if Raven realizes. He did kill it in time where I think it would have respawned, and the center on the other side blocked it.
Did you see Scam? Like, there's a Dark Troll Summoner with like 10% HP, and because Enchant actually kills him up to full HP, he goes in and enchants it away from Medusa and just takes it out.
Oh, you mentioned defending the T1 mid tower, by the way. It is being poked and prodded constantly, even with no creeps there. Boom really want this tier 1 mid, and yes, Skem's Enchantress has been very impressive.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Like, he's creating a lot of space, making just some moves that you are forced to react to, and that's the problem. You react with a couple of heroes, and then on the other side of the map, Boom is doing business. They're pressuring mid though.
Some help. I guess Radiant fortified their structures.
Yeah, bait is
Dire's
Medusa,
top
but
tower is under attack.
Boom, it seems like they have a hunch something might be amiss. Jabs goes in with the Blink Jewel. That's going to be the Tim's Willow, throwing away his life perhaps so that someone like Yopaj doesn't get caught.
Armel has that Echo Saber as well, so they might try to take this tower complete.
I have an idea of where he is. Yopaj with the Quelling Blade trying to catch Armel, but doesn't get right on the trees. And with the Siege Wagon, they want this T1 mid, and it should be going down. The question is, does it get denied?
Radiant just denied their
Does by
middle tower.
Yopaj.
Morphling is meanwhile taking tier 2 top, like 50% HP. He's got Lincolns as well completed, so dueling him is... Do they even have a way of breaking it? Like, there's no way. A Mystic Snake, I guess, Mist Coil, but it's all things that Morphling can easily evade and get away from.
We've been seeing a lot and talking about this Medusa a lot because she's constantly having to come defend towers. But yeah, we haven't even said Morphling's name because he's just silently up on the map. As Armel bottom gets caught on the trees of Mars, one of these heroes that's so good at catching him with the arena. Kills off the Monkey King.
Very sorry, Tino. We've neglected you. You're doing fine. You're farming away. Good job.
0-0-0, and he's on his way to an Aghanim Scepter. So he's probably telling his Dark Willow, start leveling up that Shadow Realm.
He takes that bottle, tries to get the double damage rune. The time he's back, there is no double damage rune anymore. Got yoinked by Legion. But yeah, once that Dark Willow is up, once that Shadow Realm is up, and you have Aghanims on Morphling, I think that's truly when you're ready to fight on the side of Boom.
Just going straight into it. And Tino will have that Aghanim Scepter, you're going to imagine, in no time at all. As for Fnatic, Raven continuing to farm well, continuing to top the net worth chart. Is this Medusa going to be able to hold her own? How well do you see this Medusa being able to carry this game, Lizard?
Yeah, they do have some saves for her, and she should be pretty strong in fights because of Legion Commander, because of Abaddon. At the same time, she doesn't have any buffs. Bottom lane, yeah, he's fine. She doesn't have
Slide
any
of fist as he blinked in, yeah. Sorry about that.
No, I don't. No, like Bloodlusts or Venge Auras or... You know what I mean? No real buffs. Just saves from Abaddon, from... I guess there's some minus armor coming from Snapfire, the Solar Crest will be there, but that's it. So, is that strong enough versus Morphling Dark Willow? I doubt it. I think Morphling Dark Willow, if they play their cards right later on, that's incredibly powerful.
Doesn't feel like they've got the heroes to kill a Morphling. Like Medusa, her job isn't to kill this Morphling, but none of their other heroes particularly do a great job of killing Morphling. Dual mid. This time they do catch Yopaj. Wasn't successful bottom lane. Yopaj perhaps being a bit overconfident after using that nice sleight of fist dodge on the duel, but this time around he gets caught.
We're talking about this Medusa and how she's gonna carry. Look at Jabs, he has 40 damage. He's getting these duels. Like, maybe this is the guy that maybe this is the carry that we should be talking about. Is this Legion Commander can actually get really scary later on.
Let's see if he gets a good way to break the Lincolns, and suddenly you've maybe got some kill threat on the Morphling. He finds like some item or some kind of neutral item by him.
Neutral would be perfect. It still breaks Lincolns, right? The Fey Grenade.
Yeah, I think the Fey Grenade is the OP one for breaking Lincolns.
It would be the perfect one for them. Meanwhile, boom, they're taking Roshan. Enchantress obviously very easy to tank it up with Solar Crest, Untouchable, heal.
Fnatic, they've smoked up, maybe having an idea that this is going on. They're headed towards it. Yopaj grabs an Arcane Rune, ready for this fight. Yanu are going to look to charge it in, but we a little bit too late. Roach already going down. The Kisses comes a bit late, but it's going to do some good damage. He's getting low because of this. He goes down to start the fight. So what they're doing, but hadn't caught in the arena. That's not the hero they were hoping to catch inside of that. Yanu just pops the ult, but he's okay. The chase is on. Raven wants to just go, putting his body in the front line here. He's got some good backup here. And they catch the Embers. But nice spear coming out from the Dark Willow. Morphle was waiting in. Down the strike from the Morphle stolen as well. And they're absolutely shredding through Fnatic and starting off here. Leverage Jewel is the Legion down. Can't his way through. So he gets killed by Yopaj, giving him the bonus damage. Out Armel in trouble. Doesn't have a BKB yet. He gets Slider Fisted down. And Fnatic lose 4 in a costly Roshan contest.
Maybe another one.
Yeah. Steered into the trees, no real escape from the Medusa, surrounded by 4. Team white.
Damn, this is just so well played by Boom. I definitely understand where Fnatic is coming from. It's not a bad play. You're going in the pit because you understand that they have wasted most of their... Well, you're expecting they've wasted some resources on the pit and they're out of position. So you can get in with the proper duel. The Snapfire will have Mortimer's Kisses from far behind. There's so many clutch trees that you can set up the monkey on to use the Wukong's command. It's a decent play, but overextending and going on the high ground and not having a blink dagger, like Legion Commander actually I believe went into Brambles, so her blink dagger was on cooldown for a while, so there was no instant blink into disable someone and kill him off. Instead they get terrorized by Dark Willow and it just all falls apart. Ember is in, he gets dueled way too late, there's no follow-up. It was just a disaster for Fnatic because they overextended going into that high ground without having a proper way of initiating with Legion. Just a mess, nothing else.
That's all before this Aghanim's timing comes up for Tino's Morphling. So he's got his name on the scoreboard. He was 0-0-0 until that team fight, and now Tino's like, okay. No, I'm gonna have Lincoln's Aghanim Scepter, and I'm ready to start getting involved.
If he was getting real close to that place in which your pubbers start flaming you, is this Morphling ever gonna do something like,
yeah,
hello, sir? Like we were
carry players, man.
Yeah, goddamn carry players, but he joined when the time was right, and he did a ton in that fight as well. If you think about it, it's not even just the Dark Willow. He has a couple of heroes that he can morph into that are quite strong before the Shadow Realm. Ember as well is a pretty decent thing to morph into.
And looking to defend their jungle. They want to sweep out Fnatic, who perhaps got a little bit too comfortable on this Radiant side of the map. Daniel's Abaddon going to be thrown away to the Boom Esports Wolves.
If I go in, I might die.
Easy kill for Boom to collect.
If I go in, I might die. If I go in, I might die. Yeah. You know, happens. You're a position 5. It's your job. You find some words. You give some info. There's an Aghanim's now on Tino. There's an Aghanim's and an Aegis.
Yeah. Game on, perhaps for Morphling at least. See whether or not Boom want to start forcing some of these towers. 90 seconds left on this Aegis, so they've still got, you know, good ability to take out some of these outer towers. So it's going to be easy to go high ground here, but Fnatic was the setup to defend this one, but they go in! SBZ was ready for it! He sensed it, he knew Armel was going to be up there, he doesn't have a chance for BKB, they kill off 2 cores immediately! What an initiation from SBZ! Yikes, slipping out Fnatic! Yikes indeed, as Fnatic get pushed back to their high ground, and look, he's going to miss that one, but he's more than made up for any missed spears with that start to a fight.
You can go AFK, FPZ, you did enough. You can go chill out. It's on the boys now to follow up and do their part of the job after that arena. That arena was just perfect. I love how Fnatic is... that move again, it's not horrible. You understand that you're going into Aegis, but if you catch them off guard, if you make the right duel, you're in the trees, they don't see you, but FPZ is on point. He doesn't care. He does that arena pitch perfect.
It looks bad, but I wonder if like somebody just like stepped out of position, because it was almost like Boom somehow saw a hero, whereas Fnatic were trying to play in fog, but maybe Monkey King just like jumping onto the trees somehow got seen.
Yeah, I actually didn't notice. There's probably someone that was noticed there, or maybe it's just BZ with the extra sense.
One of those fights you need to watch back, like from Radiant Vision perspective. But Fnatic not phased by it. They just immediately smoke up and charge forward. They really want to fight with this BKB time. That's the item they've been waiting for so long. This monkey BKB. It felt like it was the missing component from some of those earlier team fights. And now they've got it. They're like, okay, we got to fight. But Boom Esports not having any of it.
I'm not sure just how helpful it will be. I think the Skadi on Raven that he has just completed might be a bigger deal as well. Like you finally get something versus the Morphling versus the other heroes, slow them down a little bit. It's pretty decent, but they're in a rough spot. There is Snapfire with the new shard. All these small little things, they do add up.
If I go in, I might die.
Kino looking for Hamel, but not gonna find him. 8k gold lead accrued for Boom at this point, and they don't seem to be slowing down. They're looking to make their next move as they smoke up themselves.
But there's no way for Morphling to join them though, right? They will be fighting without him.
BZ doesn't seem to mind. He catches DJ in the arena. Fnatic looks to try and turn this one around. Japs thinking about going in with a Blink Fuel, doesn't find the target he's hoping for. Connect and gets caught in the brambles here. He's going to be a little bit careful. Now the Morphling's already rotating in on over, so Grab's getting speared into a tree. Centaur's starting to follow it up. He's just being chain stunned here. He could be in some trouble as Yopaj arrives as well. Fnatic have lost both their supports. Still looking to fight here. They go in with Armel's Monkey Team, pops the BKB, goes looking for the Wukong's command. Can he keep anybody inside of this one? But the buyback on the bad, and they've got a bit of extra save. Nice terrorize from Boom is going to reset this fight and set them up to pick off Raven perhaps. Blink in, spear back. This time onto the Medusa. He pops the stone gears, but it's just being used defensively. They get 2 heroes stunned here as well. Yopaj, he's in. He's to die back on the advance. They're going to get Raven as well. And Fnatic is PG out.
Damn. That's convincing right there. That's incredibly convincing by yeah. This last fight, this last move that they had, they were only 8k ahead. They're making a move versus a Medusa without their carry. That just shows conviction. I believe that's some scam magic right there. Like he brings these different ideas to the game. He knew there is a Morphling on the bottom lane. They will not expect us to make this move. Let's just go in and try catch them out. Let's catch anyone. The Snapfire should do. The Legion Commander. It's a high risk play in my opinion, but if you know that they won't be ready for it, then probably know that it will pay off.
And they weren't ready for it. And Fnatic tried to react, but the second that fight broke out, Morphling's like, okay, now I got to come immediately because he knows there's a fight about to break out. Turns out he wasn't that needed. I imagine most people agree. Hero of this game, FBZ's Mars. He was the week 1 MVP for some of his amazing Pengo plays. This time around, he does it on the Mars. He was just an absolute beast.
Yeah, he took that tier 1 on the top lane. He defended the fight around Roshan really well with a good arena. Then that arena on the mid lane behind the tier 2 just broke Fnatic's back.
Well, with that, we're going to be headed to a quick break. Boom Esports have taken down Fnatic in game 1 in convincing fashion.
5 seconds remaining. Dire Team's turn to ban. Radiant Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant Team's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
This death actually doesn't matter.
Dire Team's turn to pick.
Help! Help!
Radiant Team's turn to pick.
Help! Help!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant Team's turn to pick. Luna.
Of strats to play, and that's
10 seconds
why I'm
remaining.
like so always like excited to see their draws. It's like, okay, ban their
5
Mars,
seconds
ban
remaining.
their Bane, ban their whatever. You know, they're just gonna pick something else and own you. Like, here comes the Luna. Is it gonna be
Dire
a carry
Team's
Luna?
turn to pick.
Is it gonna be a Tim's Luna? We don't
Enchantress.
know.
That's the exciting part. Luna 4, they brought it back for, I know you love Tom, they brought it back for Minisky Masters, right? And then ever since, this Luna becomes a flex pick. I think Jabs really needs some help from Masaros today to be able to win against this. Also, Enchantress,
10
in
seconds
case you guys didn't
remaining.
know, Skem is a big Chen spammer himself. He likes the creep
5
players.
seconds
He's
remaining.
a micro player himself. He's played Chen carry before, because why not? And he kind of dominated last game with Enchant. She has to do, which is win the laning phase, and that's exactly.
See this often, I'd say, in pro games. At least the trend I've noticed is that teams will pick up heroes in response to stuff. So we saw Monkey King, and then boom, we're like, okay, we're gonna pick up an Enchantress. And then the next game, they're just like, I like that Enchantress. Just pick it for me early. I don't even care about the counter picks anymore. Like, yeah, we see that so often. I like it. It's just a good show of confidence, and it like shows that they have a strategy in mind they want to roll with.
I don't think you want to commit your offlaner because of the fact it could happen. So I'm not sure if you there. So either pick your 5 or pick a core that you feel really confident early on in the.
Dire Team's turn to ban.
Treant Protector.
It is for first pick though, isn't it a bit of a weak 5 on the 4? Because then you have three bans to protect the
Yeah,
potential
exactly.
pick, but they
Radiant
can
team
guess,
ban.
right?
Yeah, I definitely am not super happy with. I would have been fine with TB and say, okay, let them swerve. You know, like we're going to be aware of the fact that they're going to run 4 positions. The best 3 that we have.
10 seconds remaining.
It's not the worst because if we think about it, I guess they can still ban
5
to
seconds
protect the carry
remaining.
they want to pick in the second phase, and it's going to be a little bit more protected because
Dire
they
team ban.
have to, like, Boom have to pick before they're going to take those calls on Fnatic. So maybe they're just like trying to hide something and like put it off for as long as possible and before showing like what their game plan is. They also get like heroes they're pretty comfortable with. I mean, they've played so much Sapphire, like they're super happy around it. I think Jadwal loves
Radiant team
like healing
ban.
heroes. I think really good at playing those. So it's probably his tree.
You know what? Actually, what I really liked for Razor.
Oh yeah.
Counter to the Luna, but also a lot more open. Not only lane, but it's not your win condition.
10
What
seconds
does counter
remaining.
I feel like that. Good. They do.
5
ban.
seconds
Maybe they haven't
remaining.
have they? I don't think they've played it yet, have they?
Well, we haven't
I'm
seen
just-
them play much
Yeah,
because
that's
they
true.
did Snapfire Wraith King back. So
I do like the idea as well because if you flex him as a carry, then Luna 4 feels incredibly weak.
Yeah.
Because usually it's the whole aura in the lane that you abuse a bit, and no abusing that against Razor.
Yeah, I'm just unsure
Dire
if they
team's
like
turn
haven't
to
like,
ban.
practiced with it and they're like unsure.
Experienced player like practice with heroes, played everything.
I'm sorry, you're right. My bad.
It's like Fear. He just goes, yeah, I played this 5 years ago. I remember.
yeah, hearing him talk about how he played, he was like silver tier and like almost
10 seconds remaining.
gave me perspective because not
5
not
seconds
nearly
remaining.
that that flexible.
It's funny as you go in regions, right? Here I talk about the hero pool, and we're like
Radiant
saying,
team's turn to
you know, some
ban.
players have like 6, 7, you know, and that's like short, and like you should expand it. I go to SA, and I'm happy they have 3, and that's when I'm casting those games. Like, well, they've banned 3 heroes. What is he gonna play now?
Yeah.
So it depends on the region and how much MR matters.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's definitely
10 seconds remaining.
there's definitely a number, and it's definitely
5
bigger
seconds
than 3
remaining.
that you should. Just because right now, anyway, the second phase there's 3 bans. So
I'm glad we have you on the
Radiant
panel.
team's turn to pick.
it's probably like 5 or 6. You can really come own on like.
If they're all different, right? If they complement
Yeah.
different strategies.
Your team can play around it. And
Glad Boom just banned Conquer. Only
10
because
seconds
Fnatic are
remaining.
running like most likely here Treant 5. And
seconds
they're banning
remaining.
Timbersaw, they're banning Tidehunter. These heroes to me suggest that they want some type of melee carry, potentially a strength one.
Dire team's turn to
I don't
pick.
know if you really want to commit an entire like Timber ban just to protecting your Treant protector because he is just a support. So I was thinking maybe they wanted some. Maybe they could go for like a. You know, I'm not even gonna finish that thought. I was gonna say Sven, but I was like, I don't want to play Sven into the Enchantress or
Oh.
Bo Brew.
10
No,
seconds
he doesn't
remaining.
destroy the Brewlings, but it depends on how you. If
kinda
you know the matchup, you can cyclone him.
5 seconds remaining.
FPZ's brew is tight, by the way. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You know that some people right now will swear by this hero. If you ask Monkeys Forever, he'll go, yeah, Brew's the best.
Oh, whoa, you're forgetting the most important thing. This is FBZ MVP of week 1.
It's true.
See?
Did you see those?
wait, did he win?
Yeah, he did.
He did win, and
He-
there was an amazing compilation of all of his wonderful Brewmaster plays.
My favorite play was him avoiding X marks the spot with Primal Split.
And
I
Glimpse. It was both of them.
didn't know you could do that.
Yep.
I learned that in that clip.
Absolute chat. Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Great
Dire
fluffy
team's
boy.
turn to
You
pick.
need some.
Radiant
I think
team.
Night
Phantom
Stalker's pretty legit
assassin.
for Fnatic. It's good against Luna and it's good against Brewmaster. Most importantly, what you need is like extreme lockdown. That's what Night Stalker Silence gives you.
Well-
RP's okay.
Well, this is the version of I'm
10
gonna get area
seconds
damage,
remaining.
area physical damage. Also
Yeah.
kind of works against.
I like Cap's idea a little bit
5
more
seconds
just
remaining.
because of the fact that Brewmaster, his iron progression is basically he goes Ags, then he goes Refresher, and maybe he slots in an Eon Disc when he needs it. So if you're playing Night Stalker, if the
Dire
Eon Disc
team's
pops, it
turn to
doesn't matter,
ban.
you're still silenced.
Sure.
Like, he has to go like a
Assassin.
BKB. But at least with the RP, if he gets Eon Disc, he can break out of it, he can ult, and he'll get it off every fight. That being said, of course, Fnatic are not thinking about like the small picture of locking down Brewmaster. They're thinking of PA and which with buffer. This is probably just an Empower bot
10
Magnus
seconds
seeing
remaining.
this game.
No, yes,
Okay, I just had a funny thought.
5
That
seconds
pre-game
remaining.
interview, what did Raven say that they could improve upon? Their strategy.
Mhm.
Said we can have better strategy. What has been their strategy this game and last game? Literally just
4v1.
just 1v5. It's literally the entire draft is built around
Radiant team ban.
this PA, like the Mag PA Dream Protector, like
Yeah.
same thing with the Dusa. They're literally just trying to go with this 1v5. Like, is that the idea? Is that a better strategy?
Well, for
I
Raven,
don't know if it is.
For Raven, it is. Like,
Raven,
you guys are not buffing me enough. That's the
I
problem.
mean, Boom understand. They said in their interview, we have
10
to shut
seconds
Raven
remaining.
down.
Yeah.
Last game, they were like, FBZ, you are the chosen one. Take
5
your
seconds
Mars
remaining.
and go and shut him down. And he did. He killed him. He ran at him. He took his
Dire team ban.
farm.
Yeah, and he's got a good chance to do so again here. I don't think Brew is unhappy with the PA matchup whatsoever.
Lane is pretty good.
Yeah, like you will in lane. You've got innate evasion. You are an excellent hero. Like it is scary the burst damage.
10
Fine,
seconds
but-
remaining. Turn to ban.
Otherwise, I think it's good. Boom. Meanwhile, we see the flexibility, right? Safe lane TA, 4 position Luna, or carry Luna. Options are
I love
And they
the
have lost
4
pick.
Luna, though. 4 Luna with Brew.
yes.
Cinder
Yeah.
Brew's triggered every time.
I think it's like
Yeah.
10
95%
seconds remaining.
for Luna.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I like it. Boom with TA and Enchantress. I think like last game we saw what they did with Enchantress. They were able to take Roshan with her reasonably early.
Dire
I think
team's turn
Fnatic
to
like
pick.
contested it too late and like died a lot, which was rough for them. So Boom this game they can kind of execute the same strategy. Roche with TA and just Luna. Brew like doesn't need a blink dagger to enable like his strength and power spikes. He's just gonna get his ult off and be able to fight with his team. They have like a very like fast
10
Death
seconds
Ball-ish
remaining.
approach right now, whereas Fnatic are more like we're gonna play really conservatively. We're gonna
5
stack
seconds
our camps,
remaining.
stack our triangle. Magnus is gonna empower PA. She's gonna farm it up, and then we're gonna try and take this game to late.
What's left? Void spirits? It's because like
All
all
the
the final
spirits,
bans are mids,
no.
right? So and we already had
Sure.
some mids banned.
Radiant
They need
team's
something
turn
that
to
can kind of
pick.
protect the triangle right now.
Storm
Yeah.
Spirit.
Is it going to
Okay.
be Storm versus? What's left, guys? What are the only 2 spirit heroes?
Lena's still in the pool, no?
No, Lena got banned.
Oh
in the
gosh, she did early.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
No, I don't mind Storm.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I was worried, like, if Boom picks something like hyper aggressive here, like
5 seconds
what if this- I mean,
remaining.
Fnatic just are on the back foot.
Look, I'm trying to look at the bright side. Like, Storm has a small power spike. You know, he can go for the Kaya and Sanji build that people are building these days, which
Sure.
is not as greedy and can play. You have Train to protect your towers. Snap can cut lanes. You can always go for the PA Ags build and then cut lanes endlessly. And
You're
delay the
thinking a
game.
lot of this like 20 to 30 minute like cut lane build idea instead of like how they're gonna stop Boom from just taking Roshan and
Oh yeah, it's the I'm
walking it down.
well yeah, because I'm already in desperate mode of
Yeah.
how do you delay this game? If you're Boom, you just pick a fast mid. Normal,
Yeah.
right?
Fnatic's issue that I see is just that who is helping its Stormspirit like set up kills to get pickoffs with. Magnus is he's got RP, but he needs a blink. Tree overgrowth, like you're relying on your support 6. It's gonna be a really slow stuff.
Mid Doom would be cool. DK is a dead hero.
Puck. Choose your
Oh, Puck's still in
hero.
there.
Oh,
that
Podge
was really
Puck,
obvious.
that's hype. That's hype.
Yeah, that's I mean that's such a sick hero. You picked it up against Storm Spirit PA. Man, I
Wouldn't-
can't believe Puck.
Wouldn't Puck be a better option for?
No, I don't think he likes to play into TA.
Oh right, because the option is
Yeah.
you put TA mid and then they destroy.
Kind of stuck. Their options were a lot harder because they didn't get overall last pick. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards Boom here.
Boom,
Puck
woo.
feels really good. I think biggest thing is that jab.
I don't know how he's gonna do a lot. It's yeah. They just need to play conservatively, try not to scrap too much early, and then when they hit their timings of like Raven's items, jabs blink, they're good.
Well, we've seen Raven 1v5 before. He has done it. This is expertise. Will he be able to do it against Boom, though? That's the real thing here. Or will Boom run them over? And I have to see. As game number 2 gets started, we're going to send it over to our wonderful casting pair of Gods and Lizard.
Alrighty, Lizard, it's time now for game number 2. It seems to be all in on Raven once again. Gone from Medusa to PA, one hard carry to the next. Fnatic really sticking to their 4 protect 1 playstyle in many ways.
Yeah, they're not moving away from it at all. The Medusa in the last game, now the PA. I like the fact that they have a more active mid laner, somewhat. I really liked when they picked Storm Spirit up. Void Spirit on the pool, so either one of these two would work. But then they got hit with a Yopaj, and I just like Boom's draft even more. After that pick, it's just so well rounded. They have everything they need. They had no ways of catching Storm before that, and that's what Puck brought to the table.
All right, we'll be hopping in the game in just a sec. We get to see FBZ go back to Brewmaster once again. And yes, this has been a bit of a Boom special. The support Luna, played by Tims. And we're talking about it, and we'll see how he fares here. Are you a believer in the support, Luna?
I was for a patch or two, but I haven't really been watching a lot of Luna 4s recently. I think it can work, sure. You have way of making Cinderbrew work as well, right, FBZ?
FBZ, he gets out of the Nature's Grasp, and he's pretty speedy. He goes for the level 1 Drunken Brawler just to get away. Okay.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, that's worth it. You prevent them from having that first blood. You don't really mind that much that you have Drunken Brawler, right? So you're okay. Really well played by him to get away. Plus they planted that ward on the lane, possibly just to get the kill. It's a decent ward, but it's not necessarily the best ward that you want to place as Dire.
I feel like I've never seen... That's such an unconventional 5-man smoke from Fnatic. Usually you're not going to a lane like that, but... Perhaps they had a read that they knew FBZ would be there, but unable to get the kill. See them fight over some of these runes now, and Boom will get 3 of them with Skem winning the right-click battle over Jabs.
By the way, it's 100% something that they noticed FBZ do, and they just try to adapt to it. Try to get that first kill on her. Because like, when you're playing versus teams, especially when you're playing leagues, you watch the replays, you see how they move early on, and most of the times players repeat themselves for the first 30 seconds, like what they do, where they plant the ward, how they run to the lane, so you can abuse that.
Heal us.
Well, they thought they had a first blood, but unfortunately not the case. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Scam forced to pop the level 1 Nature's Attendant, just to fight with DJ, and unable to go for any aggressive plays early with Impetus or Enchant. We'll see if DJ can block some of these camps from spawning. I imagine that's going to be the plan here for the Snapfire.
I feel like when you're playing Enchantress, getting that level 1 Impetus sometimes is fine. It's something that I do all of the time because I just want to hit people, right? And I have these carry aspirations. But the real thing, the thing that you really want to do is take Nature's Attendance. Level 1 enchant is not that great. Level 2 is amazing. Level 1 is, yeah, I get the creep, maybe I get it to the lane and he sticks around there for a couple of seconds. Level 2 enchant is really where, so you need that level 3 to actually make enchant really worth it. In my opinion, at least.
Keep trading harass down bottom. Up top, Raven's done a good job on his PA, dragging the creep wave behind his tower, getting a lot of denies out of this. Well, not actual denies, but denying the XP in the sense that the FBZ offlane brew isn't in the neighborhood for it.
Yeah, and
bottom lane, Fnatic getting harassed a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Januel actually did the same thing again. Now they pulled the creep wave around. So, but they're just fighting it out here very close to the tower. I think if you're Raven, you're fine with it, I guess. There is a creep wave under the tower though, so he kinda needs to juggle around.
How do you like PA this game as far as carry matchups or just in this game as a whole? Do you think it's like the right kind of carry to be putting Raven on this here?
I feel that they have enough to make it work. I don't like it way too much with the TA carry, right, versus the TA carry, because TA just comes online way too faster, starts pressuring you, starts taking the towers, playing versus Panda as well. But the fact that you have Magnus, you have Living Armor, you have a little Shredder, possibly a medallion solar crest on Snapfire. I think it can work.
See how Raven's game goes. Looking at some of these other lanes down bottom, constant harass. DJ keeps on blocking these camps from Skem, who's yet to be able to have his big camp spawn. DJ trying to do it once more. And he'll block both the stack as well as the spawn. Very pesky play from DJ.
Yeah, really well played. Scam is level 2 and he did get the ghost. It's a really good creep to get on that small camp, so he will take that away. He's trying to take the bounty here to contest Armel, but it's a bit too late.
They're gonna actually try and kill Scam. They come in, DJ with the cookie. Followed up by a little shredder. Have they got the damage for this one? One more overload, not enough.
And Armel now needs to run. Actually, this ghost hits hard.
It's going to expire, luckily, for Armel. He's going to be forced back to base, it looks like. They may still be hunting for Scam. DJ is very close by, and once he has both his spells back up, they're probably not enough damage with the 10 Ghost and the Ring of Protection.
All things considered, on the safe lane, Tino and Jabs, they're kind of trading the last hits, so nothing really great happened over there because of Scam. But Scam did prevent Storm from doing anything with the bounty roll, taking the hard camps. He forced Armel to go back to base. So it's a huge win, actually, for Boom. You know?
Okay. You know, be a little bit careful with how low he's letting himself get here. Actually gonna be up soon, but he hasn't quite got enough mana for it. But yeah, he's got the heals from the Nature's Attendant. Scam making sure he stays healthy and can keep his presence in this lane.
Yeah, they messed up the attendants a little bit by being around creeps, right? So the heals didn't go necessarily only to Tino, but it's not really a significant portion as it's only level 1 heal anyway. I like what DJ is doing. He's preventing him from getting any creeps really here.
Yeah. Definitely you can see the experienced player. He knows what to do to make a support's life miserable, or an enchantress's life miserable in this specific case. But Skem's still finding a good way to impact this game regardless. Speaking of impacting the game from the support role, Tim's just continuing to stack up camps in the Radiant Triangle. There's like a triple stack on the Ancients, triple stack on the other camp as well. So he's got stacks galore from his support Luna, which seems to be a big part of making this support Luna work.
And also keep in mind that this is a part of making Panda work. Like FBZ, they can't kill him. Treant and PA, they're trying to, but there's no way. They might kill Kims here though. He's not careful.
Yep. They drop down the Leech Seed in Nature's Grasp, body block on the Tims, and Armel going to go jumping in. No level 6 on the Storm. That's why they were trying to rotate and gank Armel before he hit 6, with Yopaj having the Dream Coil. But instead, with the Observer on the high ground, Fnatic punched the rotation of Tims.
Yeah, and when you're thinking about it, it's a Luna rotating in on the mid lane. Can they necessarily kill a Storm Spirit? Yeah, but it would have been really hard, considering there's a tree that can rotate.
Oh, he pulled into the Dream Coil. I don't think they've got the damage to kill Armel. Leash going to end in a second. Cookie to the high ground. He actually breaks the coil. Bit of a misplay there, and now he's in trouble. He dies to the Lucid Beam. They do lose the Storm in the end. DJ just a split second too early with the cookie.
Look at that. Double kill.
Finds a courier on his way out as Kims gets himself a double kill. Great play from Boom, and unfortunately, yeah, the rune. I think Storm thought he could zip and get the rune, but DJ had other ideas and accidentally took it for himself.
I'm not sure if that was a huge mistake with the cookie, or if he knew that Yopaj will be there with the Waning Rift. But I get. Yeah, I still guess, yeah, you needed to go to the corner. FPZ top lane.
Yep, getting low. Doesn't have level 6 yet, but they haven't got the damage in with him showing up. He's going to force him back. Now Park Yopaj, he's here as well. He's looking to clean up Ganuel's Stream Protector once more. Raven trying to lure himself away, but can't really get out of there. And yeah, once these spells come back up, Raven could be in some trouble. Yopaj is diving for it. He's just under the tower. He just needs another orb in a couple of seconds. Raven forced to TP himself home, and Yopaj will realize that he's out of there once he throws out another orb and doesn't find it. Good TP out from Raven, but man, Yopaj getting active early.
Yeah, he's just bullying him, right? He probably knew that there's no kill there because PA had like 13, 14 stick charges, magic 1 charges, mid lane.
Rookie a bit off the mark there. Dream Coil now going to be immediately broken by Armel. Waiting Rift to follow it up, but don't think they kill Armel. He goes Ball Lightning away. Still has some mana.
I gave it 50-50 that Yopaj is going to go on the orb, jump on the orb on the high ground and try to go for that kill.
I thought it was high. I was surprised he didn't. But Armel now finding him in the jungle here, and yeah, bottom lane. Okay, Jab gets away for now. I'll have a shockwave to help bring down Skem perhaps, and this time around they'll get the cookie combo.
I love how Tino actually tried to kill Magnus there by hitting the creeps. He was hoping for those side blades. They weren't truly on point, so Jabs actually survives. What's interesting is that Jabs went for the Helm of Dominator. This isn't something that's like too
they're back.
out of ordinary for a Magnus player. But you are playing into Enchantress. It can be a little problematic with your creeps. Look, Scam is right there, takes it,
okay, whatever,
goes
dude.
away.
I just woke up. Bye. And I'm lagging.
Don't have to find a neutral camp when the Magnus brings it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, thank you for buying that helm, bro. And now the creep is actually like pretty damn strong. He's blocking the camps. It's
the one thing I feel like Boom have done so well in both Game 1 and Game 2 is just prevent the farming game from Fnatic, because they're playing this greedy Raven carry-esque kind of style. Both Game 1 and Game 2, they're blocking the Ancients, not letting them get stacked, whether it's with wards or in this game just some Enchantress creep.
And I have to say that Scam, he's extremely disciplined. Like, he's disciplined and hard-working. The way he plays, these small little things like sending the creep to block. 99% of Enchantress players know this, but they're just way too either lazy or undisciplined. They want to do something else. They don't really pay attention to these small little details that he always does.
Roll on mid. Go in looking for the kill. Have they got the damage to bring down the PA? It doesn't look like them. With Storm turning this one around, Kim could be in some trouble with the Tree and Protector rotation, but Yopaj has an Arcane Rune. I don't think you want to find into that one if you're Fnatic. Yopaj still chasing, still wants more. Unafraid, he's hoping for a rune and he'll get it. He gets a DD rune now as well. And while all this is going on, TA is coming up like a quadruple ancient stack. So this game is looking really good for Boom right now.
Yeah, they're tipping bottom. They actually want to defend.
Going with FBZ's Brewmaster, he's got the Primal Split, gets stunned to start things off. Cookie follow-up, and then BJ just can go for the TP out, but Lucid Beam will cancel it.
Actually, Jabs has no mana.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Oh, but his courier's going to give him up. If they saw his courier, they might know he's here now.
But they're Soul Ring though, so now he'll be able to TP. Meanwhile, Raven dies to a TA. Oh no.
Boy.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Is massive. 6,000 net worth, 1,500 ahead of his puck, and then a good 2,000 ahead of the highest Fnatic hero, which is Magnus. So looking like a really good game for him.
He needs 1,000 gold and he has a full Desolator. Like, he actually has a Mitchell Hammer and a Blightstone on the way. Well, this is one very fat TA.
So much credit goes to Kim's Null, stacking that he did. I mean, there was so much focus around the Dire Ancients and stopping Fnatic from farming. Fnatic never considered what's going on with this TA, what's happening with the Radiant Ancients. They're going to invade now. Damage is being done, kind of. They're trying to kill Tino. Tino's going to look to turn and fight and go on Armel. Has he got the damage to get this kill? One more right click and he might end up a melt strike. He gets dodged. Armel, but he still gets the kill. Great melt strike dodge for the Storm. Still end up going down. Now with the Eclipse from Kim, BJ in some trouble here. Living armor, not going to keep him alive. A for one, as Tino even got the kill, but Travis got the kill.
Jabs. He's actually dying in the enemy triangle, in the other triangle, that is. And he gets the double kill, like you said, which brings him even closer to the Desolator. And he gets the solo experience for the Storm Spirit. And these things from Fnatic, the way they're playing, they're just not respecting the amount of farm that the TA has got. He is way too big. The Dragonlance, the power threads on strength, level 12.
Just not respecting the fact that they had no idea that Ancient Tech even existed. They never had any vision. They never even thought to check what was going on with those Radiant Ancients until it was way too late.
Radiant's top tower.
That's something that you're definitely on point. The supports never bothered never bothered to go, never bothered to investigate.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
Tino,
fallen.
he's 100 gold away from that zone now. Roshan should be the next objective for them. Maybe a tier 1 on the top lane.
They've not been prioritizing these towers as much on the boom side, but with good reason, with how well they are outperforming Fnatic, and now starting to rack up some kills.
Boys out
Goes
of
down bottom,
Manila.
will push the storm away. Armel not been having the greatest game on his Storm Spirit.
Boys out of
It completely changes the way you play the game for Fnatic, that is. Once you fail that kill on TA. If you get the kill on TA on the Storm Spirit, he's suddenly way closer to the Orchid. You get that Orchid closer, you can make plays on the map. Puck is in danger. There's no saving you from the Orchid, right? He went for a Witch Blade. But because of that gank failing, you were just on a back foot.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
See if the PA can turn this game around. Doesn't have to go for the Battle Fury with the Empower. Instead, getting an early Echo Saber with a Deso queued up next. Even though a bit underfarmed and a bit underleveled. The smoke from Fnatic. They're invading. They see FBZ's Brewmaster, but can they kill him? No Orchid. I think, yeah, they're just going to ignore the Brew. Instead, they find Tino here. Got the kisses and Overgrowth to follow it up. Tino should be going down here. Let's just go another Refraction, but looks like the damage has been done, and Fnatic get a nice kill. Can they get anything more with Yopez showing up? They want to get Armel Storm, and they'll drop the Dream Call to lock him down in place. Armel gets the Boulder Toss and a Waning Rift follow-up. Yopez times his spells perfectly.
Yopez,
bring
bring
down
in.
the Storm. It's not done. He wants more. DJ under his tower. There's plenty of teams. Two heroes collapsing here as Kim rotates on up as well, and they get 3 Fnatic kills. Huge plays from Boom.
Yeah, huge plays. They did kill TA though on the side of Fnatic, so
Not
everything is that grim. Managing to slow down the TA at least for a little while your PA is farming with Empower on the other side of the map. It could be worse, that's all I'm saying. I think they're kinda alright with the kill they got.
Boom decide they want to maybe go for Roshan though. They do have a DD rune. Unfortunately, it's on the puck, not the TA.
Yeah, they're going for sure, right? There's a ward on them, so Fnatic does know this is happening, but can they do anything about it? That's the question.
Storm's about to have an Orchid. He just needs 20 gold. They're going to scan it, so yeah, they know well and truly what is going on here, but it doesn't seem like the plan is to contest it.
Yeah, there is no way. Now we have that Aegis. Question is, do you use it to really pressure high ground, or do you wait, take a tier 2 and wait for 2 Aghanim Scepters that you're buying? And they will be huge. It's the one on TA and the other on Brewmaster, right? It just activates you in a different way once you get those.
Now Fnatic just playing a bit of a split push game, sending creeps down bottom with the Magnus to try and push out some of these waves. They don't seem interested at all in trying to fight Boom right now.
Yanwell, he's fine. Gets away TPs.
In the mid lane, he's being pinged out. Fnatic, they want to go in with a jump. And they burst him down. He got up for Nature's Attendant, but the heal not enough. Keep him alive, so nice little pick off for Fnatic. Not nothing to write home about, but it's something.
Yeah. Enchantress is extremely tanky because of Untouchable, but once you blink on her with the PA, you get that bonus attack speed. You have Echo Saber as well, so if one of those crits, and she's just dead. She's gone.
See Fnatic try and reclaim their jungle and try and
Someone
get
better
a
help
bit more
Dire's
farm
middle
on
tower.
Raven, Armel Storm as well, now with an Orchid, so they can keep trying to make some of these plays, but I would imagine Boom's going to look to fight back at this point with an Aegis in hand and not really
Radiant
waiting on any big items
structures are
anymore.
fortified.
Here comes Top Storm's out.
Yeah, DJ, he's not that lucky. He was actually the one in the front lines just breaking the smoke if it happens towards Storm Spirit.
If I go in, I might die.
So it's sometimes you just feel like that as a sport. You have to for your core. I really like the fact as well. Like, if you think about it, this Aghanims on TA, it might not be the perfect item because you need some saves versus the 3 and plus. Mortimer's kisses, right? Like they can kill you alone even. But because of the fact that you have Aegis, you can be a little bit greedier and go for Axe first. And then afterwards go for a BKB, Manta, whatever you want to, versus Overgrowth and the Disables.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Now, I mean, he died twice, but the first death was totally fine when you got the counter kill on the Storm. The second one, perhaps a bit more Fnatic favored. With Aegis in hand, he'll take a tier 2 tower top, which means they can now claim enemy outposts. So this really sets up Boom to get a lot of map control if they want it. They're collapsing around this mid lane. Jabs shows himself with a shockwave, and the hunt is on. Forced to screw away. They're being chased, hunted by Boom. Boom want these kills, and with the nighttime vision from the Luna, they may just get vision of some of these heroes soon.
Aren't cheap, you know.
No, he's pinging out Raven, at least Raven's position. There's a ward.
Goes for the blur here, but they're still pinging. They still have an idea of where he is. Elsewhere, it's going to be the Brewmaster. FBZ finds Jabs, and it looks like they found a new target. They lose them, but they'll get the Magnus instead. Doesn't look like they'll get anything more. Fnatic doing a pretty good job of getting out and cutting their losses there, even though they do still lose one core hero.
Fnatic is defensively playing this game really well, considering what mess they created for themselves when they died to the TA in the triangle. I think they're doing quite all right at the moment. Armel on the top lane. Oh,
where's the party?
Yules, Arcane Rune. They start with the Yules, they get him with the Waning Rift to follow it up. Yopaj does not have a Dream Coil, and they use the Orchid to stop Lucius Eve. Ooh, nice from Armel.
Damn, that was really well played. Yeah, nice Orchid just in time to prevent Luna from Lucent Beaming. Very well played. And this old Boomer still got moves, kids, step away.
And as much as we can praise Fnatic for how they're playing from behind defensively, as Jabs looks to initiate in, gets a nice RP up, sets up a more efficiency. They want to break the Xeno Aegis. They've still got 40 seconds on it, so they're going to have to find a second life on this TA. They get the first. Storm Yule's up here. Are they going to go for a Dream Coil? Armel gets himself out of there. No Dream Coil being committed. That was another Orchid again, using the Orchid to stop the puck from using these spells.
Fnatic, like you said, defensive plays by them have been on point so far. Like, they're doing everything that's necessary to stay in this game.
The big but is still, like, we're praising Fnatic, but Boom are still solidly ahead and they're playing the map well, even if they're not, you know, these ganks and these plays aren't succeeding the way they'd hoped, they're still in control.
They're in control. If you consider that that was RP used and pretty much every ulti they had to kill off Aegis, right? It's not even a full kill on a TA, it's just an Aegis reclaim. So if you're Boom, you're fine. You're okay with that because you know that you need BKB before you pressure high ground anyway. Dino needs that BKB to make moves.
So Armel on a ward and they are hunting him. Yopaj leading the way, smoked up. And Armel get out of this one. They know where he is. Yopaj pops the smoke and he bowls away. Armel should be fine. Again, eluding this puck. He is just unkillable. There's like 3 times in a row I feel like he should have died, but he gets away with some nice plays.
Not even trying right now, and I'm like...
And also keep in mind that was a smoke for him, right? They smoked up, they anticipated where he will be farming, and they went for it, and he still reacts on time, so... Some spider senses from Armel here in this game.
Blessings upon a loyal
He gets that BKB. He can always rely on that to get out of the silences or the Dream Coil. Still a bit of ways to go.
Radiant's top tower deserves
and some of these other heroes. Raven has managed to quietly farm his way up to a Desolator, almost level 15. His BKB queued up as well. Does this game start to swing back Fnac's way with this BKB on PA, or is it going to still be tricky for them?
It's still tricky, but they definitely have a shot. Once that Aegis was claimed by TA, I felt that this game might just roll out of control and Boom will take it. But I really think I was praising the Aghanims, but the Aghanims build on Tino is also what's delaying this game for them so hard. If he has a BKB, I believe they could be making plays already. But he's afraid. He knows that it doesn't even matter what PA has. Like, yeah, BKB is important and then she's a hero. But it's literally just DJ on the Snapfire plus any sort of control and the TA is dead. So
play very carefully, and we're going to see if Fnatic have more success than Boom have had with their own smoke move. to reclaim some of their own jungle here, avoiding these traps with the smoke. Yopaj down bottom, who's invis up. Will he show himself here? Like, Fnatic just trying to play around this high ground. Scam in the front lines. That's just an enchantress, not the ideal target to go on. And it doesn't look like DJ wants to initiate out of smoke just for the ench. Both teams will avoid a confrontation, but yep, 3-foot bottom. This time around, to make sure he's got the lockdown for the storm. Uses the orchid in the pulse. Will he get away? Oh no! He stops the waning rift. Use the vortex to pull at the end of the dream crawl to stop any follow-up from Yopaj.
It's still a hard kill, right? It's just still an extremely hard kill for Yopaj to make, as he had no follow-up. His teammates were too far away. But nice orchid once again by Armel, just saving his life, getting out.
Jab's being chased down. He was scouted and they seem to know where he is. Smoked up puck. Hot pursuit. We'll catch him with the Yule Scepter. Because Jab's can do quite what we saw the Storm doing. This is a bit of a different hero, and they're gonna make sure they get this kill. Throw out the primal split. There is an Axe Scepter, so they have got a second one if needed.
Yeah. As Jab says, this stat doesn't really matter. He's waiting for Raven's BKB before they fight anyway. He's trying to delay as much as possible, or maybe he's just making himself feel a little bit better there.
Yeah, that's a great voice line. Every time you feed, that
doesn't really. I did it on purpose. It's the next level.
I actually outplayed you guys when you killed me.
Dire's middle tower.
Bottom lane. Yeah, they get the orchid out into the puck, but he has the defensive Yulsi. His team's running into the Eclipse. Level 2 doing some good damage here. Armel gets into the vortex here. Can they bring him down? Armel gonna die. The TA damage is too much. I'm fucking off the page here. He gets out of there, and the Sapphire Mortimus is just completely off the mark. DJ Glimmer kicks himself to safety for a split second, but you gotta imagine they're gonna find a way to bring him down regardless. As
Puck didn't die.
Yeah,
Puck actually went away. He survived through that. They tried to go on the Puck with very low mana even on Storm. He was on like 15-20% perhaps. And then there's a follow-up. They're saving all this time. They're playing the game so patiently, so disciplined. And then they go without the BKB on PA and just throw it all away.
They must have seen something that they felt like it was an opening for them to get a kill uncontested, but yeah. They're waiting for this double BKB timing on PA and Storm, and they get a little bit impatient, a little bit angsty, and get punished heavily for it. Suddenly it's a 15k gold lead. It's been kind of stable on that 8 to 10k mark, but now boom, pull even further ahead, and you've got to imagine they're just waiting for that Roche number 2, which is going to respawn now, so free Aghanim Shard as well as Aegis awaits the Boom Esports.
They scouted out the Puck, and they thought, okay, if we jump in with your kid, follow up by Fire Snap Cookie, maybe we can take him down, but the follow-up from Boom is just way too quick. You have Aegis on that TA, you never know how fast she can join the fights, and that's exactly what happened. Now Aegis, like you called, is going their way, it seems.
He gets the Axe Shard as well. No contest from Fnatic on this one. Looks like they're going to be playing the turtle game. They have got, you know, the high ground defense of a Magnus, although that's a Magnus who is getting gone on mid lane by the Dream Crawl. No follow-up once again, though. Yopaj, a few times he's tried to make these kills happen and not quite had the backup he's needed. But still a great game from him. 8-0-5 on the park. Yopaj
They always
going
go after the
unpunished
courier.
despite playing against this Orchid Storm.
I feel like he can get away with flaming his teammates there. Come on, guys, just be a bit faster. And then he's a Puck with Travels, Yule's Blink Dagger. You know, like there's no way you can follow him up if he doesn't wait for you.
Not much good's
You talked about the shard, and it's obvious they give it to TA because he actually, Tino had it queued up before too. But with that silence now, you get an extra way of dealing with Storm, who actually did complete the BKB, so that's nice for Fnatic. They do have everything they need for the next fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fnatic thinking about poking at this tier 2 tower, but they don't want to get punished for going for any kind of too aggressive a play down bottom. Instead, they're going to be forced back top to defend. Well, looks like Boom are ready to go high ground with the TA. having an Aegis, Woman stuff on that one, and most of their items coming out. They feel like it is their time
Not
to
much
strike.
good's happening to Radiant's
Just missing one
bottom
item, which could be the Aghanims on Luna. Luna just 500 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter. Be a pretty big pickup, and also TA's MKB. Okay, so they're close to a couple big items. Puck A on this, TA MKB. 3 couriers just chilling by that Radiant secret stock.
yeah. They're just waiting for the items to come out of stock, you know, like this is some like
Black Friday in America.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Everybody's waiting for the stores to open. Yeah. As soon as the stores open, everyone's charging in, trying to, you know, grab the latest.
Elbowing each other, you know, getting in, trampling one another.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like 2 of the items are shipped out, and Courier is waiting for the Aghanims to, for the point booster to complete the Aghs, I believe, on Luna.
Of course, in terms of the Storm PA have the BKB. They'll be fine against this Aghanim's Eclipse. As far as the backline goes, that can get a bit tricky. That backline, Treant Protect again, caught in a dream call here. Yopaj. I'm gonna bring him down, but he just blinks away. Into the Tino's waiting's arms on the TA. Trying to hide in the trees, and Daniel will go down.
He was there for a while. Sadly, it didn't last for him. He tries to get out with a blink. Nice attempt, didn't work. And I love how Yopaj, he just doesn't care. He prevents them from taking the outpost. He knows there's no way they kill it. He has to stay on this, even if Storm jumps in. He has enough time to get out.
Down bottom, we'll find Armel. Goes for the Eclipse. Solo kill. Armel pops the BKB and gets away. But boy, oh boy, was that close.
What did that courier and bottom tower is under attack?
Tino almost. What Tims is doing really well throughout the whole game with his Luna is, if you noticed, every time they gank Storm, he's perfect with Lucent Beam preventing that ball lightning, right? Every time Storm tries to ball lightning, he Lucent Beams him and buys them like an extra second and a half to kill Armel off. That's what he did on bottom lane as well. He pops his ulti and then he breaks the ball lightning with Lucent Beam, forcing the BKB instead.
Storm won't have a BKB for 30 seconds for this defense, but at the same time, that Aghanim's Eclipse is going to be on cooldown for another 60 seconds, but doesn't seem like Boom cared too much. They are ready to start poking and prodding at the Fnatic high ground. Raven with a BKB of his own in the front lines. All eyes kind of on him as far as the big carry goes to defenders when he has got the level 3 through the grass. They are doing what they can to keep this tower alive, but it's already below half health. You've got to imagine Tino's going to be coming in for round 2 in just a second.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, his Aegis is gone in 40 seconds. You're Fnatic. Oh, they're fighting.
Breaks the skewer. Jab. Back to base with the cookie here. He's still getting pretty low here. Yopaj is committing. The Dream Call is going to catch 2, including the PA. Jab ends up going down here with the Brewmaster split. Zoning ult. The Fnatic Hero is back in the base. This does not look good for them as Boom has focused the racks. Tino eyes on the prize, gets the objective while the rest of the Fnatic team just have to stay away. Thinks that FPG's Brewmaster plan will split. Okay, bottom racks pretty much uncontested here.
Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
There's at least still RP and the buyback from Magnus. I think it's really important that they didn't use that.
BKB. They want to go for these kills here. They're going on Tino. Pops the BKB, but he gets caught in the overgrowth. Nice kill on the TA. They're going to get one more with the Brewmaster. Couldn't get the second primal split off. Scam going to go for a TP out. Is there anything to cancel this? No.
Really, this defense, I actually expected them not to force the defense on the bottom lane and instead wait out the Aegis, because Aegis, it needed, what, 30 extra seconds? After that, you can actually fight and win the fight with an RP. So, mid lane was, like, when you're looking at it from distance, maybe it's difficult for Boom to see, but you know that Magnus has a buyback. He's going to blink in RP and TA is dead. She's just gone in that second, so well played by Jabs to buy back there and make the play.
DJ walking in the wrong neighborhood. Glimmer Cape gets out of the sentry range and is going to turn and use that charge. The Scatterblast follows up the cookie, but Yopaj has the aim. This is the Eclipse on Armel. He's going to bowl away without a BKB. He has to be very careful. They're fighting 5 versus 3, and they're gonna delete Skim. Raven. He's coming. He's here, ready to play. Face is on the pins far enough away that they won't get any follow-up kills. Fnatic, it's a nice kill. It's still down 20k gold.
It's not easy to play Enchantress into PA, and then when he gets that break, you're just dead. He jumps you, you don't have untouchable, you're just gone. 20, like you said, 20k ahead, but some nice plays, and if they get the RNG on their side, if they get a couple of nice crits with Empower and the RP, it's PA after all. This is, like, when you ask players, which hero did you get Rampage on first? Like, I think there's a bunch of us that PA would be the answer.
Absolutely. Now they've got level 3 Eclipse and a DD room bottled up for Tino's Templar Assassin. So we'll see if Fnatic find a way to move out on the map and make another move. Looks like a lot of eyes and pressure on a Jabs' Magnus.
Yeah, another double damage on TA. Like, Tino is really picking them up every single time it's necessary, and it looks like it will be just before the smoke. Yeah, there's a smoke on both sides.
Are they gonna get up here? Fnatic positioning. They've got Daniel's Train Protect on the front lines. They scouted the Enchantress to start things off. Blinking in his Yopaj, but he's not the target you want to go in if you're Fnatic. Not with that A on disc. Hunting for bigger fish, and it's gonna go in. He's got the break with the Fan of Knives, but it's not enough to really even threaten the Enchantress' life. Instead, it's gonna be the Pugs going in with the Dream Claw. Catches a couple here, the Mortimer's Kisses. They're gonna jump at the as they burst her. And it looks like the answer's gonna be yes as they bring down Tia, a huge kill. They want Brew as well. Can he get the split up? But with the silence, he can't. Scam is next in line. Fnatic are holding strong, putting together some amazing team fights.
Really well played by them. I have to say, I'm impressed. Like, they're really making this PA Magnus work. And it looks like Boom are the ones this time around that aren't truly respecting the strength of PA Magnus combination. 3 was there as well with a nice blink into Overgrowth. But it all started with just poking that Enchantress, right? Like, making them feel that they can make a play because Enchantress...
Mid lane. Storm gets jumped on, but the Glimmer keeps safe. They didn't have detection. Arma would have gone down there. They didn't have a BKB, and instead now Puck has to get the hell out of there. Fnatic want Roshan, but they have to be a little bit careful. Don't so low, and Yopaj brings down the True Protector. Yopaj is just playing 1 versus 5 with an Arcane Rune. There's nothing they can do about it. And I don't even think Fnatic can get Roshan anymore. They're backing off as if they just have to give it up. He is out of mana.
This man is a beast. He's not an idol, he's a beast. Like, he goes in and single-handedly pretty much prevents that Roshan from happening. Yeah, I was just about to praise Fnatic. I was just about to say that if they do get this Aegis, the game becomes, even though Boom is 14k ahead, it becomes really hard for them.
Unfortunately for Fnatic, they're going to have to either try and defend Roshan or just let it go. They've got 40 seconds before RP is back on Magnus, so perhaps a very small window for Boom if they're quick about Roshan, but it doesn't look like they're going to get there in time. So Fnatic want to set up to contest Roshan. Definitely possible.
Definitely possible, and it's a good area to fight for them, because they will know where the TA is, and they will be able to initiate on her, maybe with your Overgrowth, maybe with Magnus RP. I feel that if you're Boom, it's on FBZ to start the fights differently. I think you need to just pop this Primal Split and run at them or something to defend the Roshan. It's really important that you do not let Fnatic initiate on the TA.
Yeah, we definitely haven't quite felt the impact of FBZ's Brewmaster this game. Like, it was like, when they pushed the Rax bottom, it was nice, like zoning heroes away, but nothing compared to what we saw out of his Mars right now.
He's doing some nice plays with the spells. Maybe they go by unnoticeable, but he's dispelling every team fight. Like, he's doing it versus Treant and whatnot, but I agree completely that it's not nearly as impactful as the Mars in the last game.
Boom, they don't want to go Roche. They aiding this mid lane.
So it's a nice play for them. It's not something that Fnatic probably expects. Well, Armel does.
Yopaj is looking for, yeah. I think Armel realized, like, they're not at Roshan, they're hunting me, because he chose bottom, and his teammates are just all chilling around that top side of the map. So heads up play from Armel just to get out and play it safe. with a ceremonial robe to give him a bit of extra survivability and some extra mana.
They're actually scanning a bit on the side of Radiant. They're just gonna send that illusion in. You can always park a creep from Enchantress as well, if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's in a really cool place. The creep sees Roshan, but the puck illusion doesn't see the creep when you toggle vision. So that must be like some blind spot in Roshan. Where that Alpha Wolf is, the Radiant don't actually see it when they run into the pit.
Yeah, Rush, he has a very interesting house. Like, you scroll through his walls, he has some spots that are, like, you can hide in them. It's an interesting den that he's got.
Yeah, bit of a trick house is... Abs will take out the trap in the Roshan pit, then put his Alpha Wolf back in that little sneaky spot. See, Enchantress is going to come in and... Okay, yeah, scouts out the Alpha Wolf now. But yeah, you have to actually go in the same spot as the Alpha Wolf in order to find it. That was so annoying. Like you say, very, very interesting vision stuff around the Roshan pit, and you know, other mechanics as well. This time
sends
around,
another one. Yeah, this time around they take it. Yeah.
They found the spot. They know where he's hiding the creeps now. But here they go. They're going to drop the kisses, but they're not actually in the Roshan pit. Yokai is just going to blink high ground. Count everything out and then all this way out there. As FBZ goes running in looking for the primals, but they're going to RP him though. Solo RP takes out the Brewmaster. Is it worth it for Fnatic? Now they don't have the big ultimate for this team fight, but yeah, they feel like they just got a TP and this right. Raven in trouble. Yeah, he goes down. Does have a buyback, but I don't know if he wants to use it for this one. That was maybe a bit of an overcommitment from Fnatic to commit an RP.
Yeah, Tino instant in the pit. And like I said that FBZ, he needs to be the one to make the impact. DJ?
He's trying to get behind enemy lines, maybe go for a Roshan steal, but he's got
unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate for him to be exactly in the TA trap. I said that FBZ needs to start these fights off by using his ulti and running in, but no, he doesn't even use his ulti, he just sacrifices himself. And, if the RP is used for anyone else but Tino, they lose that fight, so that's his job done, I guess. Like, if you bait out the RP, it's fine.
Yeah, for Jabs, I mean, he saw an opening to basically make it so that Brewmaster couldn't get a single primal split off, but it comes at such a heavy cost when you can't control the TA.
Exactly. I mean, that's something, it's hard decision to make because that panda is in your face. If you don't RP him, he will ulti and perhaps even cyclone you, and then you can't RP anyway, so... it's a tough decision to make.
Beating on Dire's top
They're pushing high ground top. Backdoor protection will kick in soon as Armel just cleared out the creeps mid. He's going to clear out another wave, so they can't really keep pushing until they get a creep wave with them as top lane is being pushed out as well. So it looks like Boom will be forced to pull back for a little bit.
Shard now on Foxu. He has that Aghanims built in. He has the Shard, Dagon, Timeless Relic. Yopaj is just a... I think he dishes out more damage than the TA in these fights, really.
Hit level 25 as well, so he gets that extra range and AoE on Waning Rift.
The cavalry has arrived.
Boom, just looking to control some of these lanes. Make sure that Fnatic aren't able to easily be pushing them out. Armel's Storm has definitely been a bit pesky for them to deal with. Very impressed by how Armel's played from behind this game, but... And now looking like it may not be enough unless Fnatic can come up with a sick high ground defense.
Yopaj knows something, but Armel... There we go. Oh,
Dream Claw. Is the fall going to be there? They get off the electric vortex. He's waiting for that leash to end. The Aghanim sets the preventing him from lightning out, and yet Armel, is he out of this one though? He needs to TP, he gets into the trees. He's peeking at Yopaj, doesn't find him. Ooh, he had to take one, he went for the Yules as well.
Top tower is
the
under
self-Yules
attack.
There would have killed him.
Yeah, for sure. The self-Yules right there, that 1 millisecond away from actually catching Storm.
It's such a fun battle to watch Armel versus Yopaj this game. I mean, it's constantly Yopaj hunting him, but Armel has somehow managed to avoid. Like any other Storm, I feel like would have died 9 out of 10 of those.
Look, I would be 0-20 at this point.
Jabs, Hero back in after the RP. They go in on Tino. He's got the Aegis. They pull him in pretty deep here. got the side of Icy, but Raven's already committed his BKB. Doesn't have the second one without any kind of refreshness here. Can they follow this one up? Tino gonna run back to the objectives here. Still has a BKB of his own.
Dire's top
He held it for the respawn, so
gone.
boom.
Just a
Have a decision to make. There's no RP if they want to go for this Rax here.
There is. There's refresher on Magnus.
Okay. Second RP could be coming soon. Magnus gonna have to find a way in. He's been cycloned up. Great play from FBZ just to take the Magnus out of the fight. All in from Armel, not gonna find the initiation he was hoping for, and Fnatic lose a second lane of Rax.
Yeah, really good heads up play by FBZ to cyclone him while they take the Raxes. Yeah, Jad's almost fooled me as well with that sneaky little refresher that he bought.
I just woke up, not even trying right now.
He doesn't have buyback, right? You don't. It's not really something that you expect. You kind of want a buyback on your cores, but he spends all to get that orb.
If he wants to be using that RP like just on a Brewmaster as we've seen before, or on a TA Aegis, you need that second RP. It's pretty much all of their teamfight at this point in the game.
And it's getting increasingly difficult to kill off heroes in one big spell, right? Because FBZ, he has Aeon Disc, he has Lotus Orb now too. It's difficult to just use one spell and pop someone. There is Holy Locket always in Enchantress to bring them up a little bit. Puck has Aeon Disc as well.
Fnatic managed to get themselves out on the map, trying to collect some of these missing items of theirs.
Does anyone use Witchbane, by the way? Like, is there a hero that likes carrying that item?
I've seen it every now and then when like you feel like when the purge feels useful. I don't know. It's hard to know how much damage the passive actually does.
You're playing versus you're right.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the item for sure.
You're playing versus a Puck, he has like 2.2k mana. So that's what, like 100 damage, 4%, is it? Something like that.
Yes, yep. About 100. Yeah, exactly.
If you hit him with it, right?
Yeah, so on a hero that like is hitting quickly and getting a lot of attacks on, like a Medusa type hero, it potentially could be useful. Especially if it doesn't work with like this. It doesn't work with. I imagine it works with Medusa's split shot too. Maybe with like the level 25. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Yeah, well, they gave it to 3. He's not really going to be hitting anyone, but that this spell is nice, I guess. So there's that.
Boom, looking for a jump down bottom. What can they find? The killing blow could be very near if Fnatic aren't careful. Play the Shiver Scars. He's been a little bit tankier, trying to hit that level 25, but he's just not quite there for this current fight if it breaks out. Puts himself bottom, but immediately zipping away, having an idea of where Boom are and not looking to get too close.
He's just very cautious. He does kill off creep waves, but he instantly gets out like you called it. Because they also took the dire jungle, so they know that Boom, they're not there. They're not in the dire jungle. There's only literally one place that they can be if they're not there, and that's the triangle.
Baz goes in, gets the drink card on Raven with the Eclipse from the Luna. Forces out a BKB, and there's a second one though. The Luna has got a refresher here. Raven does not have a refresher himself, so no second BKB. He's going to be thrown up in the air, and they're just going to focus the building. Objective gaming as they zip in. They throw out an RP. It's going to catch the TA. No, it just catches the primals, but the TA's out. Gets back to safety, and now the E-Blade Dagon coming into DJ Snapfire. He's getting very low. Stays alive for now.
To Dire's middle barracks.
Fnatic is being zoned away while Tino gets to work on the base. Well, they go in, and they will do so. Skep gets taken out by the Hex. Eclipse once again. The Luna doing too much damage. Kim's refresher deletes the PA. Will force a buyback. They're still focusing the rack here. They're so close to getting the Mega Creep. Tino wants his range rack. They're going to get the Mega. It's going to be GG. They still want to hold Fnatic and fight their way through this one. If they can, Tino. He's getting pressured here, but he pops the BKB, turns to the Hex. He goes on Armel Storm, and Storm will go down to the Dagon fight. Has a buyback.
Show me
Fnatic. This could be the end for them. Boom, it's taken them 46 minutes, but they've got the Mega Creeps and they want more. Storm going to buy back as Puck gets very low on mana. The jab. Looking for that RP. Doesn't need to minute for now. Looks like he's going to be able to bring down Tino's TA without having to commit the RP, and that's good news for Fnatic, but the bad news is they've lost their base.
They've lost their base. They used 3 buybacks. and they're not in a good spot. But I don't think you're GG here. There's no goddamn way you're GG. You have a PA. You continue playing. You instantly, like, he had Aghanims queued up before. The moment he buybacks, instantly switches into Rapier mode, right? Like that's what you have to do.
No, absolutely. The first thing after you started talking, I clicked the PA thinking, okay, is he going Rapier? Yeah.
Of course. It's that one little glimmer of hope.
DJ bottom. In trouble. Zarmel tries to make a counterplay in this one, but they've got the Yule Scepter. This is on now. Can they get out? It looks like there's no real way to punish this one, and Januel has to be a little bit careful himself. No positive talk, it's just like you called him a beast, and that's exactly what it's been this game.
If you remember when Pierre was dying to the ultimate of Luna, it was Yopaj with Waning Rift's shard. He knocked her back into Luna's ulti. He actually bought enough time for her to die there immediately in the Hex. So just yeah, they're just playing so well on the side of Boom. When it comes to execution of teamfights, when it comes to the way they move across the map, and it really feels that that Scam brought the magic from OB Neon's last season into Boom. Like, yeah, all these players are extremely talented, but that's also coupled with some really good strategic movements on the map.
Oh, that's the thing. You look at Fnatic and you'd say the same thing. A ton of really strong individually talented players, but it's that kind of, it's the strategy and the ideas that it feels like Scam has brought to the table, and that Boom are showcasing game after game that seems to be winning them Dota games. The way Scam played the early game, denying all the ancient farm while TA free farmed away. Like, this game from the get-go has been Boom favorite.
These small little things, right? He feels when I look at Boom, it feels like you're learning something new while you're watching them, right? Like, it feels like, all right, so you're doing that small little thing there, all right, and here you did that. And very nice. Like, all these small little pieces of puzzle that come together. Meanwhile, on Fnatic, they're amazing players, as talented as on Boom. It just doesn't feel as inspiring, at least not in this series so far.
Yeah, it feels like they're still in that adjustment phase, you know, new roster, players learning and adjusting to new roles as well. Jab's playing 3 position now, having to really be the guy that starts off these fights. DJ back to 4 position when he was playing 5 position for a while, so a lot of players kind of, you know, having to readjust and reacclimate.
Yeah, definitely that adjusting period, right? Like, acclimating period is necessary for them.
Boom gonna get themselves Roche number 3, Refresher Shard, Aegis, Cheese. It's got it all. Yeah.
TA running around with two Aghanim Scepters in the backpack. Probably
that was the 4th Roche. Oh, they got the Aghanims and the Refresher Shard then. All right.
That's one Aghanim sold, and he's sitting on 6k gold now.
Yep. Happy TA with a Swift Blink queued up as the final item, it seems. Not even utilizing any kind of boots right now, just the spider legs as the neutral item.
Hey, there's no Rapier. We've been tricked. He went for Nullifier. Aw, never mind. Go next. GG.
I was wondering if we'd consider a refresher on PA himself, because a lot of these fights it feels like he really needs like a second BKB or something.
Yeah, I guess maybe an Aghanims then. It doesn't obviously get you a second BKB, but
Jabs goes in, RP on an Enchantress. That's not the target I think he was hoping for. Skewer back just gonna catch the Storm Spirit. They are losing their PA, and Storm gets deleted by an Eclipse. That's just game over. Matching ending, but Fnatic tried to hold up.
Yeah, I think you noticed. After the RP, yeah, I think they were mad. After the RP on Enchantress, PA just blinks in there and stands on the grave of Enchantress and gets just ulted to death. He wasn't moving. He didn't pop BKB anything. Maybe he was stunned, but he wasn't moving. He just accepted the fate.
Boom Esports get themselves a 2-0 win over one of their perhaps big rivals here in Division 1 Fnatic.